The elements of production are commonly identified with continuity and something that relates to each section of the marketing campaign, more specifically known as branding. Within the production process of my 2 trailers, website and film poster, I imported several different examples of branding that work together to connect each of the sections in the promotional package together. Within the poster, I incorporated the distribution companies in both small logos that are positioned conventionally underneath the credit block at the bottom of the theatrical poster for the film. By applying my film poster to the conventions of many other examples studied in the research process, such as Juno, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, The Shape of Water and Spotlight, and what makes them conventional of their genre of film, as a whole, using the distribution company's logo on a poster is a typical convention listed in all film posters across the industry, which applies to mine. Before venturing into the description of the different distribution companies featured in my film promotion campaign, we must first consider what is known as the Big Six in Hollywood, known as the respected film distribution companies that produce the majority of films. The Big Six consist of the Warner Brothers Entertainment, known for distributing the Harry Potter film franchise as well as all of the DC films, Paramount Pictures, who developed Titanic and produced the Shrek franchise, Walt Disney Studios, 20th Century Fox, who are known for the Marvel films including the X-Men films and the widely successful Star Wars franchise, Universal Pictures, who reached fame and success with films from the Jurassic Park franchise and the Fast and the Furious franchise, and Sony Pictures Entertainment, who distributed the Spider-Man reboots and all of the Resident Evil feature films. By using one of the Big Six in the distribution of my film, I am developing an understanding of branding and how it can be used to demonstrate success in the film industry, from box office numbers to critical reflection and professional reviews. I used my research on several different distribution companies to identify which one would be conventional when considering the genre and overall finished product of my film. There are 4 different distribution companies attached to my film, Altered Reality, one of which is a distribution company of my own creation, which keeps the film in a fairly independent project, with the main distribution company being of the Big Six, 20th Century Fox, connected with Fox Searchlight Pictures as a conglomerate company that owns Fox Searchlight. This linked with Film 4, who are well known for producing independent films that are highly successful in the Academy, like 2018's Best Picture nominee, The Favourite, Best Adapted Screenplay nominee, Trainspotting, and 2011's Best Picture nominee, 127 Hours. The same hope was to win the trust of filmgoers into watching a film by a trusted company that is known for distributing at a wide success rate. The third distribution company is 21 Laps Entertainment, which is most known for Academy Award nominee for Best Picture, Arrival, and the Night at the Museum trilogy. These 3 distribution companies that are on board for my created film are 3 trusted industries between both critics and audiences alike. Due to this, the logos shown on the poster are also shown within the trailer at the beginning of the 2-minute piece. This ensures a well-linked connection with each of the companies and the target audience at the beginning, which would immediately draw their attention to the film. The first logo to appear is 20th Century Fox, which is used first in order to hold the audience's interest and trust in the film. This is closely followed by 21 Laps Entertainment's logo, that is used between a fade out of the 20th Century Fox logo and the introduction of Q Pictures logo. By applying these logos to the front of my trailer, I am conforming to conventions that relate to these logos being placed in the trailer, just after the introduction of a central plot point or pivotal character is introduced. Because of this, branding becomes the most important element of a trailer. An obvious link between the trailer and the poster that provides the same information just on a smaller scale. Within the poster, this crosses over, only advertising Fox Searchlight Pictures, Q Pictures, and Film 4 for a reason. It suggests that the distribution logos cannot all occupy one part of the campaign at once. This, as well as the fact that Film 4 tends to get more critical and commercial recognition than 21 Laps Entertainment when released to the public, sitting better with audiences as a whole. When thinking about incorporating branding from the trailer into the poster, I addressed the essential information that included maintaining the house style by making the traditional iconography of the red Film 4 logo black to fit the aesthetic that runs across the colour palette of the poster, which is black and white, subjecting itself to conventions previously stated. The element previously stated in my first CCR, meaning the conventions of comedy film posters to correlate with my own. The element of typography and its incorporated addition to the star appeal theory created by Richard Dyer is used to create a sense of branding across each platform of the film promotion packaging. This form of branding differs from the traditional sense of brands that most would be familiar with, because within the film industry, names of actors and actresses, directors or producers would be considered to be a brand. For example, large names in the film industry, such as actor George Clooney or director Steven Spielberg, would be considered brands, because their names alone attached to the project would be enough to pull in a large financial budget that would be made up by the target audience and general public who trust in the crew. In my promotional campaign, the names of the people who worked on producing my film are consistently placed across all three elements of my marketing, making sure that the addition of their names comes across as a brand that it can be profited on. Externally to the project, I understood that different release dates can be a factor involved when considering what films will be released at what time. For example, Christmas films wouldn't be released in January, and a DC film wouldn't be released on the same weekend as a Marvel film. Due to my film being a hybrid genre and not set in any specific holiday, I ensured free rein as to when I decided to release the film, choosing evidently to produce the advertisements to state spring, which would be updated on the website to a more specific time frame that fans can look forward to and build hype towards. Smaller elements of branding, such as official brands featured in some films, such as Coca-Cola and Jurassic World, were not featured in my film. One of the earliest examples of product placement came from the scenes depicting James Dean's use of Ace combs in Rebel Without Cause back in 1955. And since then, it has become a massive use to blockbuster films in Hollywood, due to the fact that it's primarily about audience engagement, showing the connection between the film world and the real world, forming a sense of identification with the production. However, I chose to maintain the film as product placement free. All in all, the use of branding in films is used for multiple reasons. These mostly stem from audience reception and financial gain that would benefit both the producer and the receiver.